Hey, Mission family, welcome, guys. Coming at you tonight's a different and weird night than what we're used to, because tonight, if everything were normal and the coronavirus didn't happen, all of us would be in here together having our grad party. We would have been eating snacks outside, unworried about diseases, and having fun in here, worshiping together. And you guys would have an opportunity to hear from a lot of our seniors. We would pray over them together. But tonight is going to be a different night. However, we wanted to make sure that you guys had a chance to hear from some of our seniors. I know that we met with some of you guys today, seniors. Myself and our intern team drove around today delivering gifts to our seniors. If you didn't get one, some we left outside doors for people that weren't home. Some are going to be mailed if you are further away. A couple of you, we couldn't find your house. So we will be mailing you a gift. If you are a senior and you're like, hey, I didn't know about these gifts, I haven't been told anything, DM us. We want to make sure that we mail you guys a gift. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. So I want to have some of a cool thing. A lot of our interns grew up in our youth ministry here, came through our high school ministry, and some of the seniors that we're going to have sharing tonight are going to be sharing their experience in the youth ministry. And everybody's is different, but for some of you guys who are freshmen, sophomores, juniors, I want to encourage you guys to hear out from what our seniors have to say. I want to invite up one of our interns first, Alexa, and one of our seniors to come up and share.
Hello. This is Becca Bennett, one of our graduating seniors. I graduated last year, and some of the things I was a part of was small group leadership. Some of the best memories I made was a part of that ministry and also different ministries at the church. And I want to ask Becca, what were some ministries or things you did during your high school career?
Yeah, so the mission was definitely a safe place for me. I really enjoyed coming here every single week. I really felt like there was a really good community atmosphere, and I just felt like I could just come here every single week and just hang out with my friends, and I felt really welcomed. The one thing that I struggled with was small groups. I just didn't really feel like I was connecting with the girls in my small group, and I don't know, it was just a weird atmosphere for me, and I definitely tended to blame it on the other people, either the leaders or the girls in the group, and eventually I just kind of stopped going because it was really hard for me to go. And so going into my junior year, someone invited me actually to Alexa's small group, and it was a mixed grade, and it was a lot smaller. There was barely any girls that went, but I definitely got a more spiritually fed in that group than in my other small group. And so one thing that I learned was just that it's really important that you put the responsibility on yourself to become connected, and it's not always going to just be a super easy and smooth transition to just go from junior high to high school. It is a big change, but it's really important that you reach out to other people and you make sure that your voice is being heard. And if you feel like it isn't, to not just immediately say that it's the leader's fault or it's someone else's fault. And so I really encourage anyone who is nervous about small group or isn't really sure, or you didn't go to junior high group so you don't have someone to just move up with, that you talk to a leader and you make sure that you're taking the initiative and you're praying and you're seeking out where the Lord is wanting you to be.
Yeah, I do. I have experienced that when I went to high school last year. Small group was a place where I truly believe that true growth began in my life spiritually. And upon that, I do want to say congratulations to Becca. Next, we're going to invite John and Brooke.
Her name's Brooke, in case you forgot it or weren't sure. I can make fun of you because I know that you know Brooke and you just didn't think of it. I want to invite Brooke to share about her experience coming through the high school ministry at Foothills.
Hi. So I've grown up at Foothills. I've been here since I was 4 and have just moved along with all the different ministries. And when I first came to the mission, I actually hated it. Everything about it I hated and didn't ever want to go. But thankfully, my parents still made me go. And
This is live, so we can't edit that out.
I know,
but
it's okay,
that's cool.
it's okay. I'm being honest. And as I continued to go, I actually found out that I enjoyed going because I started to branch outside of just my friend group or just my junior high, like friends that I had from my small group, and that's actually where I met my mentor. And when I started to branch out and realize that the mission isn't just a place for just like the girls my age, then it was a really cool opportunity for me to meet new people, and I really enjoyed it. And in the beginning, I thought, this is the worst thing ever, and if this is what the rest of high school is like, I don't want to be a part of this. But as I continued, and my parents thankfully still made me go, which I'm so thankful now, even though in the time I was like, this is stupid, are you kidding me? But now I'm like so grateful for the time I had at the mission and all that I've learned, and the relationships that I've built, and it's been such a fruitful time, and it's weird to now be moving on from it. But if you start going to the mission and you feel like, this is not my place, I really encourage you, just keep going, and you will find people there, because the leaders are so kind and so inviting, and the students are so great also. So I would just really encourage you to keep going until you find like your perfect fit.
Yeah, and that's the testimony of so many people. I know that was mine when I started coming here in high school. It wasn't exactly my my favorite place, and as I came, a hunger for community, a hunger for the Lord began to develop in me, and it changed my perspective on everything. So it's so cool to hear, and so cool to see over the years. I've watched you lead and branch out and get out of your comfort zone and serving other people. It's been so cool to see. So thank you so much for sharing, Brooke. And I want to invite up Matt Leoki, who's one of our interns in the high school ministry, another one of our seniors, to share with you guys their experience coming through our high school ministry.
Hey guys, it's been so long since I've seen you. I, just like kind of some of the other guys you're gonna hear up here, I went through the Foothills system since I was really young. I grew up here. I was dedicated here as a baby. I'm 22 now. I went through the mission. I went to small groups. And one of the things I look back is where I'm at now was defined by the decisions I made in high school, actually. The decisions when I was a sophomore to kind of, do I go to the mission, or do I just, I got sports, I got to do that. And one of the things they always push, and you guys hear a lot, is, what's your priority? What's most important? And I was like, man, sports is fun, but if I can't make it to church, like, where's my priority? What am I doing when I look back at high school? And from about sophomore time through senior year, I really started plugging in more. I got involved in my small group more. I got involved in the mission. And God really started to change that. And now I'm an intern today at 22, because when I turned 18, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, the world, freedom, I can do whatever I want now. Like, I don't want my parents telling me to go to group. It was like, no, like everything I practiced in high school prepared me for when I became an adult. And as some of these testimonies show, like, these guys are at that point where, they have the opportunity to choose freedom. And I believe a lot of these guys, as you're going to hear from Josh in a second, they've been practicing things that are going to make them excel in adulthood, excel after mission. And so he's going to tell a little bit of his testimony of his high school experience. But he's just been so steadfast over the years. He's been so committed to a small group, so committed to going to a mission, missing different events in his life, sports, games, everything, to be where he's at today. So Josh, want to tell them a little bit of your testimony?
Yeah, for sure. My experience has been pretty great. I've loved and always really been into all of our church ministries and events. And it's really been a good place for accountability and a really good place to find friends that I know are going to be there for me all throughout my lifetime. And that, along with the accountability, has just taught me to just like be open and seek to like learn from the experiences that you have. And there's for sure the ups and downs of ministry. Like when I was going into high school, my Friday night group, like basically nobody came, so I had to find a new group. But the small group that I ended up joining was extremely welcoming and taught me a lot, so that I could really feel like welcomed and loved. And so just, it's been a nice community, and there's not been a time when I've come to Tuesday night group and not felt welcomed or cared for. And just the leaders are so warm and caring that I'm not afraid to share my life or let them know anything, and they're always there for me. So it's been nice.
I got one question before we get to the next group. Yeah. If you could tell the high schoolers that are currently freshmen, sophomore, juniors, going to be seniors, if you could tell them one thing from your 4 years, what would it be to those guys?
I would say well, it's hard to pick just one thing, but I'd just say be open and honest and vulnerable, because through that you can learn and grow, and yeah, it's a really important step.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh. We're going to get Matt and Katie up here.
Alrighty. Well, like everyone's been saying, we've been blessed to be able to do this ministry. A lot of us going through the ministry at Foothills, and you guys are graduating, which is really exciting, but we're going to miss you guys a lot. You guys have been serving and helping in this ministry for a long time. But we're excited for what things are next. But as we look back into these 4 years of high school, how have things been for you? You know, you've been helping out with the worship team, you've been a small group leader. So in all of those things, how do you feel like the Lord's really spoken to you and moved inside of you and used you in those things?
I really feel like the Lord has just used every opportunity to show me that I'm usable, that, He gave me a voice, and here I am being able to serve on the worship team. And that's obviously really humbling because it's leading everybody into worship of our King, which I think is really great. And then with small group leadership, that's like a constant growing opportunity because you never have the right answers, or I don't want to say never, but you oftentimes don't have the right answers. And so it's a great opportunity to bring those things up to leaders or just like people that you can look up to in life and be like, hey, this came up in my ministry time and I don't know how to address it. And so it's really a great opportunity to actually grow in your own faith while serving and while helping other people grow.
Yeah, I helped with the worship team when I was in high school too, and I continue to do that for the church now. And it's been cool because the opportunities that the Lord gives for us to be able to serve and minister, and often we feel like we're too young or we're not ready and we're not equipped enough, but the Lord equips us and He teaches us, and we have leaders to help guide us and do those things. And it's really a powerful and amazing thing to be able to step into those things and just learn how to serve the Lord and pursue Him more. Well, thanks for sharing, Katie. Appreciate it. I'm going to invite John back up here.
Coming from the other side of the stage, tricking you guys out. Hey guys, I'm so grateful. We had a few seniors share, and there's a lot of other seniors that could be up here sharing their experience coming through the high school ministry. A lot of seniors have been very faithful. We have a handful of them in this room. Today we drove around to give gifts to our seniors, just express them, hey, we love you guys. We're so honored and blessed to have you guys be a part of the high school ministry. And if you're part of a Foothills Church, if you're not already plugged in somewhere else, just know like that community doesn't end with high school. We have a common ground ministry, and our church as a whole is multi-generational. It's not just different small ministries working on their own. And there's so much more for you guys. But we got to drive around and thank a bunch of you seniors, and there's a handful of those that just shared in this room that we have not gotten to thank yet, who we do have gifts for. So Matt, can you help me grab our gifts? And can I have our seniors come up here? And McKenna in the back, who is not come up here. McKenna, can you come up here? Are you able to do that and leave your post back there? If you guys don't know, McKenna serves faithfully with all sound. Bryce, we got to fix what's going on here. With all sound, video stuff. And so she's behind the scenes, but has been here faithfully for a long time. So McKenna, I have a gift for you as well. I want to come up here. We got to squeeze everyone up here, all of you guys. And we have a gift for each one of you guys that tonight, had we had our grad party, you would have gotten this. All of the mission and different leaders would have gone around praying for you guys. So I want to just say a prayer over all of you guys, for you guys specifically, but also for all of our seniors as part of the mission. We want to bless you guys, and we're grateful and we're excited for what God has for you guys next. So let me pray over all you guys. Lord, we thank you for these seniors. We thank you for the future, the destiny that you have for them, for your purposes, God, that you prepared, the good works you prepared beforehand for them to walk in. We say yes and amen to your plans for them. I pray for your blessing and your favor, God. I ask for your guidance, for wisdom and discernment, Lord, that you would lead them wherever it is that you were wanting them to go next. I ask, God, that they would recognize your hand over their life and you would continue to speak to them, to speak through them, and to use them, Lord, on this earth. Pray for their futures, Lord, and every good thing that you have, that it would be realized in their lives, Lord. Protect them and guide them in your wisdom, Lord. In your name, amen. God bless you guys. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you, and the mission obviously is not going to be the same without our senior class. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. And to all of our other seniors, we're going to be welcoming pretty soon our 8th graders. So juniors that are now seniors, sophomores that are now juniors, freshmen that are going to be sophomores, and we got some 8th graders joining us. Be kind to all of the underclassmen. And if you are a junior becoming a senior, I want to encourage you to think about how you can lead and give lessons in leadership to all the people that are going to be following after you.